It's interesting too, even statistically, what you're saying is true. In 2020, the number of retail closures across all industries, not just the wireless space, was almost 8,500 stores compared to 2,200 openings. But in 2021, the number of openings is way outpacing the number of closures in retail. It's 3,300 to like 1,800 in closures. So certainly we see the physical and digital world coming together more and more than ever before.
Hello and welcome to the Intersection of People and Technology podcast, a show where you get to listen in on curious conversations about people and technology and how they come together at retail. I like to say we're about innovations and explanations. I'm Telsey Storalo.
And I'm Chris Green.
And today we have some really unique, funny, special guests with us, Buddy White and Randy Gorham. I'm going to let you guys introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Buddy White, and I'm the General Manager, Vice President of Mobile Store Operators, a division of T-ROC running retail stores.
And I'm Randy Gorham. I'm an account manager with T-Mobile, and I support MSO.
Sometimes better than others.
I support you.
Okay.
This is going to be an interesting show for those of you listening, because if it's anything like the past 20 minutes of pre-pro we've been having, it's going to be fun. So welcome, gentlemen, to the podcast. It's a pleasure to have you on. Thank you for taking time out of your day.
Thank you.
So we're going to sit and chat a little bit about what you do here at T-ROC.
Well, great. I started in the company 11 years ago now, and Brett tasked me the first 4 years with running many different projects, and we had the opportunity to open T-Mobile stores, and these are premium T-Mobile retailers. And we've now grown it to 76 stores all up and down the East Coast and Puerto Rico. So I'm responsible day-to-day operations, everything that has to do with these stores. And we have a great group of people, generally rated top 5 within T-Mobile, and we drive hard to be the best there is.
Buddy, what are some of the biggest changes you've seen in that time?
Wow, it's gone from, I guess, 3G through 3 or 4 iterations to now 5G. And now we're selling TV. We're starting to sell internet and really broadening the base. I mean, after all, the average number of consumers have about 1.2 phones each around the world. And where do you go? Do you keep upgrading phones or do you sell new product? So we're into TV. We're into something called Beyond Smartphone, which is pet tracker, car tracker, wife tracker, husband tracker, whatever you need to track, we can do it.
Find My Friend, Life 360. It's all about tracking.
Find My Ex-Friend. But we've got tablets, we've got watches, we've got trackers, we've got now TV, which is an incredible product. And we've got internet that's getting up into the gig space with speed. So it's incredible where we're going. I got into this 30 years ago, and I'm just always excited about what's coming next.
Tell them about the first phone you had.
The first phone was a suitcase. And you had to carry a suitcase around, kind of like Get Smart. And you'd actually have to talk to an operator to make a call, and it was something like $3 per minute to make a call. I lost my phone the first month. They'd no longer pay for it, so it got expensive.
Randy, how about you? Buddy's talking about a lot of new products that are coming into his stores that he's operating and responsible for. What do you see as industry trends, things that are happening that are impactful from your perspective?
Well, I think the whole business is totally changing. I mean, we haven't even seen the tip of the iceberg as far as new product availability that's going to be coming out. From a T-Mobile perspective and the 5G rollout, I'll tell you, we've got innovation labs around the country that are creating and inventing new product. So,
Wow.
Who knows where we're going to go with 5G and what we're going to be. I know that the stores are going to totally probably morph into something that you wouldn't even recognize today.
And tell us how has the pandemic shifted consumer behavior? And, now that it feels like things are starting to open back up, how are you seeing that shift in stores?
So, it's kind of interesting. I think, managing traffic and managing the pandemic and the customers coming into the store, to a certain degree, it's changed. We have a lot more of our customer base that shop online that we didn't have before. Our customer care is done from home. I mean, it's just, this pandemic has totally changed business as a whole. I think, from Buddy can probably speak to this better than me, but I think if you look at their traffic in their stores, There was a couple of months, the first part of the pandemic, that we were kind of shut down. But I think, all in all, we managed to get all the traffic back in.
Buddy, what about some of the changes that you're seeing, like Randy said, during the pandemic, but also even maybe talk about your employees' perspective during everything and how do they see things changing? How are they ready and preparing for the future?
Yeah, it's really been an adjustment. We've gone from everything to allowing 3 customers in at a time with masks and hand washing and temperature checks to our employees that are at risk, and they're very concerned about it. We've had some employees take some extended time because they had maybe health challenged family members at home and they need to take care of them. They didn't want to risk those issues, and we've worked with all the employees. In fact, very luckily, we haven't had a single layoff in my channel with this. So the customers come in, they are concerned. We actually have health checklists that we do each day to make sure that we're cleaning devices after they've been touched, make sure our people are wearing masks, make sure the customers are wearing masks, make sure your hands are cleaned at all times, no one stays at a prolonged period in close proximity. So we've gone through all that. We've really succeeded pretty well with it. Traffic is down a bit, but we're selling more boxes. So customers are buying. They want that communication device. I mean, our whole goal is to make people's lives better through communication. So they're buying the phones, they're buying the tablets like crazy because they're now working from home and they want a tablet on their couch while they're working. They want the watches tied to their service. The kids need tablets because they're maybe doing schoolwork at home. So the business has been very, very good for us. We have made those adjustments, and I think Randy's point is very well taken that we'll do a lot more in the future online. And wireless used to be 100% consultative sale. Now you can go on the internet and get a lot of your consultation from the internet. So you still have that touch of making that connection, transferring data, those kind of things. But it is getting easier, and we've got to get smarter. And I think we are. I think we're ahead of the game.
Randy, go ahead.
No, I was just going to add, I think we're seeing customers, the way that they shop is changing and it's elevating. It's completely changing. Customers can go online at home and they can shop and pick up whatever devices they want. And then they could set up an appointment from home in the store and go to the store and pick it up. So it's just
customers are more prepared today than ever before, it seems like, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, they're more educated for sure. But they can shop at home. And then if they don't want to have it shipped, they could just order it online, go pick it up in the store.
God, the choices there's today. That certainly wasn't the case probably when it was a suitcase, right, buddy?
Right.
When the phone was a suitcase, they had to come to you.
Yeah, and that was before they had rollers and lithium batteries. Another interesting thing is it used to be that you'd sell one accessory for every phone. You might sell a case maybe or a charger. These days, we've got so many accessories that are going out. We attempt to sell 5 accessories with every phone to make the customer's life better. Everything from screen protection to case to Bluetooth audio to multiple power solutions, those kind of things. And it's really hitting. We're hitting probably triple the revenue and accessories that maybe we did 2 or 3 years ago. And it's making the phones a lot more useful to the customers.
Sounds like throughout your career you've always been focused on optimizing kind of revenue channels for different clientele, right?
Yeah, I think you have to prove the value of what you do. If you can't do that, you probably don't have a lot of value to the customer or to the company you work for. And that's how you build your own personal brand.
I know field management software is certainly a key part of your business today, and certainly, if you look over the past decade, probably one of the things that helps you do that, accomplish your task. Yeah. From a management perspective, operational excellence, what do you see as the next things that could impact your ability to drive more?
I think that the tools that we're provided through T-ROC, not that I'm doing a commercial here, but other folks don't have what we have in the area of mobile insight or vision or whatever that particular channel is called. I'm still old school. I still call it mobile insight. But our folks, number one, starting at the foundation level, our store managers fill out checklists each day when they open, when they close, when they count the inventory, when they do various things to make sure the store is perfect in the eyes of the customer. our field management are filling out the forms online as they visit the store. They take pictures. Is the store retail ready? Is the inventory right? Are the windows and lights and all those kind of things ready for the customer to provide that great customer experience? And then we track that information. We can go back and we look at it at the end of the month. Who made the visits? Were they within the geo area? And what type of visit was it? Was it a good quality visit? Are our stores doing well? And generally we can correlate that to the store performance on what those visits look like, what those ready factors were, and are we really succeeding in the store in operations and sales? I see it going much further. I see it becoming maybe more automatic, more automated to where more people can look at it and make assumptions and come up with more or better results as we go along.
Obviously, retail stores have been a huge distribution channel for all the carriers, inclusive of T-Mobile. Do you see that continuing into the future, or do you see other channels playing a larger part, like digital, online? How do you see that coming together from an industry perspective? What do you see happening?
I'll answer real quickly and give it to Randy for a bigger view. I know that we would like to get bigger into retail stores, provided that we can do it and be able to pivot as we go forward into bigger things with not only T-Mobile but others. And I think that, or I'm hoping that retail certainly stays alive out there, but a big part of our work is online and fulfilling those online orders and things like we talked about earlier. Our customers can make a reservation offline, come into the store, and we're ready to serve them when they come in, and they know what their wait times are going to be.
Wow, so it's really community-based even more in the surrounding area, not just the people who actually come to
absolutely. Absolutely. And we market outside the store to the community through several different venues. I mean, right now it's tax time, so we're working with tax offices to say, hey, you got your refund, come on in here and spend it with us. We've got the stuff for you. Randy, on a bigger view?
Anything else you want me to clarify?
It's always funny. People say, "Oh, retail's dying," right? But recently, I read a statistic that says in 2020, 85
brick and mortar,
right?
No, I don't think that will ever go away. You have more and more people that do like to shop from home, or I guess our position is we want customers to do business where and how they want to do business. Whether that be online or brick and mortar, that will never go away. Even with a lot of the customer base that we've got that will shop online, they still go to the store to pick it up. They still want to go to the store and play with the phone, touch, have the experts in the store, Buddy's team, or they're mobile experts. So our customers still like to go to those people to get tips, tricks, problem solve, and etc.
It's interesting too, even statistically, what you're saying is true. In 2020, the number of retail closures across all industries, not just the wireless space, was almost 8,500 stores compared to 2,200 openings. But in 2021, the number of openings is way outpacing the number of closures in retail. It's 3,300 to like 1,800 in closures. So certainly we see the physical and digital world coming together more and more than ever before.
I think I think it's somewhat different in wireless. If you go back over the last 3-4 years, we've actually increased the number of brick and mortar stores. That's over and above before we ever had the Sprint integration.
Why is that? Why do you think that is?
Well, again, we had an opportunity. We probably didn't have stores in certain areas that we needed to have stores, so that's part of it. Our footprint is getting bigger and has gotten bigger. For those reasons, that's why we increased.
I don't know. The unofficial number right now, I think, for customers that we can serve is around 180 million for T-Mobile. I mean, it's a few years ago it was maybe 100 million. Before that, it was maybe 50 million. So the T-Mobile in particular, or what I do, has got a great opportunity for additional growth as we fill those areas. 3 or 4 or 5 times the coverage in 5G now, it just makes incredible difference to the customers.
Actually, by the end of this year, T-Mobile will have 200 million people covered by the 5G network.
Wow, 200 million.
200. Yep.
What isn't covered, right, by T-Mobile? Almost everything, it seems like.
So it's mostly some of the smaller rural areas where there's very small population density. But that's actually one of our key focuses for this year and next year, is to move into those markets where we haven't historically been. So you'll see a lot more growth.
Fantastic.
And let's talk about 5G. Like, I don't know enough to be dangerous in that space, so I'd like to hear what is that technology and how is it expanding, and what are we going to see as a result of having it?
Well, it's really a couple of things. It's about the ability to handle the bandwidth of the data, which I'm certainly not an engineer, but it's also the speed and being able to access things that you want to access, whether it's buffering on your music, videos, Netflix with T-Mobile, you get free Netflix. So you can watch Netflix all, and if you don't have a very robust system, you can't support that. Music, I am a lookup junkie. I look up people's names, I look up businesses, I look up everything all day long because I want to know more. If I'm watching a movie, I might look up the actors 5 times, all those kind of things. And all that stuff's available to us now, and it wasn't before. Going back to the old Edge or the 2G or the 3G, you'd sit there and you'd wait 3 minutes for a download of just basic information. Right now, it's instantaneous. We're getting speeds. I don't know, Randy, we're over 100 megabits per second now on a cellular phone, which just didn't happen before. It used to be maybe 10. Now it's over 100. It's faster than my cable speed that I'm paying for of 75 megabits. So I think that's huge. And I think it also rolls into other frequencies where you can do more things like these trackers, these sensing technologies, these alarm systems, the any kind of transmission you can think of is all going to be carried on 5G. And it's going to just greatly enhance our lives. We've got people that can look at their refrigerator now and tell whether they have milk in it. They can, all these things are being done right now. I'm in the midst of closing on a house that has got cameras. It's got the garage door opener operated by your phone. It's got door locks operated by your phone. It's got smart technology, thermostats. Everything is being done now electronically. We're getting real lazy. I think I had a kid one time just so he could turn the channel on the TV. Now I don't have to do that. I also had a kid for body parts, but that's another thing. But
those are separate topics, probably.
Yeah, that's different. But I know. Obviously, I'm joking, folks. But the technology is just amazing. You can run your house, you can run your car, you can run your life wirelessly now, and that's where we're headed. And that's what makes wireless so important to all of us, whether retail or online, so we can get access to that technology. You're not going to do it mail order. You won't be able to get the information. You've got to have some sort of consultation to be able to do that.
So, one thing I would add, you ask about the future of 5G. So you think about the things that we don't have today. Do you know what TAS is? Transportation as a Service. So it's all about EV, autonomous driving vehicles. So, some of the things that supposedly that we're going to see in the future is like people won't have cars anymore. You live in like urban communities, and if you need to go to the grocery store, you just call Uber, Lyft, or whatever, but it's EV and it's autonomous, and you have to have this new 5G network, and that's some of the things that are the benefits that we'll see as we go forward. Artificial intelligence. It's just so many smart cities. I mean, all these different things that we've not seen now is going to be here in the next few years.
It's amazing. It's long been said that the cell phone is the remote control or the hub of it all.
Right. Of our life, really.
We're certainly seeing that come through right now. I don't know about you, but my kids will sit in front of a TV and watch their phone. They don't even watch.
Neat. I do that. Really do.
You're doing the same thing?
Doing the same thing.
I actually make them focus on one thing because it's too much. It's almost too much stimulation. Which, listen, I mean, when I was growing up, I'm probably going to age myself here. We didn't have any of that. I needed to go to the Encyclopedia Britannica that my dad had, in the foyer of our house to get information. And now the kids just look it up and we write a report in 5 minutes. And I'm like, you guys have it so easy.
So easy.
You have no idea how easy this is. Not even that, to just pick up the phone and I'm not there. I refuse to go there. I will not do the Alexa thing. As much as I love technology, I won't do it. I just feel like somebody's just always listening to me. I was in a house. I'll tell you a funny story. I was in a house and I said something to my girlfriend. I said, "Oh, I love you so much." And Alexa responded with, "I love you too." And I'm like, This
Wait
is
a
why I
second.
don't have Alexa or
Right.
whoever is Siri, all that. So I appreciate it. I think it definitely, I've played a lot of pranks on my friends when I leave their house. I'm like, play this song in 5 minutes. And then I leave and they'll be blasting, like some crazy song or whatever. But I have fun with it, but it's not in my house yet.
Well, and then that kind of brings out another related thing is my last car I bought. One of the reasons why I bought the car is because it's Alexa friendly. So you
Right.
can do car commands
Very cool.
on Alexa in your car.
Yeah. My car, I have a connectivity app and I just turn it on, especially in Miami. It's so hot. Like I get it started 10 minutes before we go and we're not sweating, attaching ourselves to the seat
Yep.
from how hot and humid it is. But listen, I think that's a great place to like wrap it up. We do have some really fun questions we'd like to ask on this podcast. So buddy, you're on the hot seat for a
All right.
couple of these. You can turn it to Randy if you want. So these are just some fun questions we like to ask of all of our guests on the podcast. So,
Okay.
buddy, what is your superpower?
Connecting with people at all kinds of levels. I think I have the ability to loosen people up. I have the ability to motivate them through many, many different methods, and I have an ability to I guess get them to do things that they probably didn't know that they could do.
You're definitely a dynamic personality, that's for sure.
yeah.
I've enjoyed getting to know you for
Thank you.
certain. So, what's your kryptonite?
My kryptonite probably is not seeing what my limitations are, because I don't ever realize, I don't really see a stopping point. I try and do more things that maybe sometimes I'm capable of doing. So I'd say that's probably one of them anyway, that I have to manage.
That's fair.
I can't think of something though that you haven't done that you've set your mind to either at the same time, right?
Yeah, well, that's true.
Share your no. Share your titles.
Oh yeah.
Well, I have I tried to put them on a business card and I couldn't get them all on there, but I am a minister, a certified minister. I am a notary public. I am a Coast Guard captain. I feel like I'm a philosopher, a mentor, and what was the other one? I had a few others that I probably shouldn't repeat at this point. But I like to try to accomplish things.
Buddy,
Dynamic personality. For
He's
sure.
a true Renaissance guy. Like there's no one thing that
Is that a
defines
weight
Buddy
comment?
White. No.
Oh no, that's
Not at all.
Rubenesque is the weight comment. Okay, that's something different. All right.
All right. In business, what do you value most?
Honest people that will, on both sides, that work for you, that will give you what they say they can give you, and a customer who is honest with you that will do what they say that they'll do.
Yeah.
I think honesty is the foundation of all that we do. And obviously there are various levels of how to deal with people, and I think honest way is providing the honest service, the honest commitment is the way to go.
Honesty is more often than not the answer to that, usually, when I
Yeah.
hear that to that question, that's for certain. If you could have created any innovation, idea, or technology that currently exists, what would you have loved to have been credited for creating?
The chip. I would love to have.
Potato chip.
No, yeah, well, that too. I do like my potato chips, but I think the personal chipping is a way that we may not want that invasion of our privacy, but it's here. It's coming,
here.
and
It's in our phones.
I'm surprised
here.
that Brett hasn't asked us for that yet, so he could track us. But it's
in your onboarding package.
It's in my onboarding package. It's that drink that they give you when you come in.
Well, listen, I think that's a great time to wrap it up. Thank you all for listening. We're excited about the upcoming topics and all that we have to discuss here on the IPT podcast. We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsor, T-ROC. It is a retail branding and consulting partner that supports companies in navigating through today's retail shopping experience, redefining the power of people and technology. T-ROC offers a unique combination of people-based services, applications, technology management, mystery shopping programs, actionable market research, and competitive insights that support the complex needs of assisted selling. T-ROC's expertise in next-generation technology is delivered by a team that's an all-in to drive sales, optimize performance, and deliver measurable ROI for businesses every single day. Visit T-ROC Global for more details. If you're a first-time listener and you're enjoying what you hear, we ask you to subscribe and make sure to tune back in for future episodes. Until then, we will see you at the intersection of people and technology. Thank you.
Okay.